Welcome to this tutorial on building a support portal app using Syncfusion's Essential UI Kit for Blazor. Before proceeding, let me show you what the Blazor UI Kit offers. This comprehensive toolkit includes over 120 ready-to-use blocks, covering authentication, layout, e-commerce, and communication components. It is designed to help create sleek, responsive dashboards, e-commerce platforms, and dynamic web apps. The kit is fully responsive, compatible with popular themes such as Tailwind CSS and Bootstrap 5.3, and supports light and dark modes. The block codes are available in the online demo or GitHub repository for easy access and integration. This video demonstrates how to integrate the Blazor UI Kit into a Blazor app and customize its components by building a support portal application. I will guide you through a step-by-step process of creating a support portal application, which consists of a login page, a main layout with a ticket viewing page, a home page, a contact page, a chat page, and a settings page, essentially a complete replication of a support portal application. You'll also explore some of the key features of the Essential UI Kit for Blazor in action. Now, let's proceed to integrate the UI Kit into a Blazor app. Before moving forward, make sure you have installed the latest version of .NET 8 or .NET 9 SDK and Visual Studio 2022. As the first step, let me open Visual Studio 2022 and click on Create a New Project from the dashboard. From the list of templates, choose the option Blazor Web App and click Next. After entering a project name, I'll click Next again. On the next screen, select .NET 9.0 as the target framework. Choose the render mode as Server and set the interactivity location to Global. Finally, click Create to create the new Blazor web app. Now, the Blazor project with all the dependencies is created. To build a support portal application, I'll need to install a few specific Syncfusion components that will be part of the UI design. So, let me open the NuGet Package Manager and install the required component packages. To confirm that the packages are installed, I'll navigate to the Dependencies section and expand it. You can see the installed packages listed there. Also, to use these components inside the app, it's important to import the relevant component namespaces in the imports.razor file. Next, it's also necessary to set up a theme for the app. I have two options, Tailwind CSS or Bootstrap 5.3. For this demo, I have decided to go with the Tailwind CSS theme, including both light and dark modes. With that in mind, let me also install the theme package for Syncfusion components, which has the Tailwind CSS, as they are also part of the UI design. Now, to include the theme and script references, I will open the app.razor file, remove any unwanted references, and add the Tailwind CSS CDN link along with the configuration script inside the head tag. The CDN link for Tailwind CSS ensures that all DOM elements, like forms, divs, spans, and others with Tailwind CSS configured are styled correctly. On the other hand, I will use shades of indigo as the primary color for both light and dark modes to maintain a consistent theme. For that purpose, I have added script reference with the required code. I also added the Syncfusion Tailwind CSS reference to apply Tailwind styles to the Syncfusion components as well. Next, let me include the reference link to use Syncfusion font icons in the UI for a more polished design. To enable these, I'll add the Syncfusion font icon CDN as the final step. At this point, the Tailwind CSS theme is fully configured and ready to use for building the UI with Tailwind CSS in my Blazor app. Before using Syncfusion components, it's essential to register the trial license key and configure the service. To do this, open the program.cs file and import the Syncfusion Blazor namespace. Then, I will register add Syncfusion Blazor service and call the register license method with the appropriate trial license key. To learn how to generate this license key, refer to the link in the description below. The application is now configured to use Syncfusion components. Now, let's proceed to integrate the UI kit into a Blazor app. To begin, I navigate to the Pages folder and remove unnecessary Razor components since they are not required. Next, I proceed to create a login page using the Blazor UI Kit. To speed up the process, let me rename the home Razor to Login Razor. I keep the routes Razor file as it is, where I will handle the routing operations for the respective pages in the application. To create a professional login page, I utilize the Blazor UI Kit code blocks, which enable users to build a login page quickly and efficiently. I navigate to the Blazor UI Kit Demo Authentication section and select a suitable login page design for my support portal application. I chose the simple sign-in design to keep the interface clean and professional. Next, I move to the code section, copy the HTML content for the sign-in demo from the HTML section of the demo page, and paste it into the Login Razor page. I've already added the required icons in the Assets folder. Then, I configured the routing for the login page in the Routes Razor file. After saving the changes, I run the application by pressing F5 key. As you can see, the login page is displayed with logos and a sign-in button, and it's fully customizable if needed. Next, I add a click event to the sign-in button with the appropriate event handler to navigate users to the main layout page after they sign in with their credentials. Since this application is designed as a support portal, the main layout page includes features like a sidebar and a navigation bar. To achieve this, I define a method called navigate to module and add the necessary logic to navigate to the next page. To access this navigation functionality, I inject the Navigation Manager service. When I enter credentials and click the sign-in button, the application successfully navigates to the next page. Now, I need to create the main layout page to display the panels required for the ticket viewing section. To speed up the process, I've already created the main layout Razor page and added various components to it, including a sidebar, a navigation bar, and other essential elements. To start assembling the layout, I first need to add the sidebar component. So, let me navigate to the demo page and grab the Blazor code for the quick access sidebar design. I will copy this code and paste it into the respective Razor page, then configure it based on our requirements. Next, I go back to the main layout Razor page and integrate the sidebar component inside the division element. To keep everything well aligned, I also define a few CSS styles in the main layout CSS file. This helps improve the overall responsiveness of the application. Next, let's proceed with adding the navigation bar and check how it looks alongside the sidebar. I choose the simple navigation bar design from the demo page, copy its Blazor code, and paste it into the navigation menu Razor page. Then, I return to the main layout Razor page and configure the navigation menu component inside the division element. On running the app, you can see both the navigation bar and the sidebar rendered successfully on the ticket viewing page. Next, I add a list view to display ticket details. To integrate this, I created a Razor page named Tickets and navigate to the sidebar demo section to select the profile sidebar design. I copy the Blazor code for the list view, paste it into the ticket Razor page, and configure it as per the requirements. On the output screen, the list view is successfully added with the appropriate details. To further enhance the ticket viewing page, I add a header that includes custom options for sorting tickets. I update the ticket Razor page by adding a custom search bar and drop-down menus. The header is successfully rendered on the page. Next, I add a tile component to display ticket details in a tile view format. I select the ticket management view design from the demo page, copy its code content, and paste it into the tile view Razor page. To integrate this tile component, I modify the drop-down button code in the ticket raiser page. On the output screen, the tile component is successfully displayed below. With all essential features added to the ticket viewing page, I now customize the components to align with the application's requirements. For the navigation bar, I replace the default company logo and name with tickets and change the new widget button label to Create. Additionally, I update the profile picture to a more professional look. These updates are successfully reflected in the output. For the list view, I rearrange the data to match the specific needs of the ticket viewing page. Similarly, I update the tile view data to meet the requirements of the support portal. On the output screen, you can see that all the changes have been reflected. Based on my application requirements, I have customized the data and business logic for the support portal application. So far, I have walked you through the step-by-step process of assembling a ticket viewing page with a sidebar, navigation bar, header, and tile view. To enhance its appearance, I need to fine-tune the page by adding extra icons to the navigation bar, removing unnecessary buttons and drop-downs from the tile view, and refining the overall styling. After these refinements, the final output is a polished and fully functional ticket viewing page. Next, I am going to assemble the chat page. The chat page consists of two main elements, a chat list and a chat conversation section. To create this page, I first add a list view to display the contact list. For this, I have already created a Razor page named Chat, and here let me render a list view displaying the chat details. To add the chat list view, I navigate to the list view demo section and select a suitable design. I have chosen the chat conversation list design. From there, I copy the code content for the list view, paste it into the chat Razor page, and configure the code to meet the requirements. On the output screen, the chat list has been successfully rendered. Next, I need to add a chat conversation section to the chat Razor page. To do this, I navigate to the Communication View Demo section and select a suitable design. I have chosen the Simple Chat Layout design. From there, I copy the code content for the chat section and paste it into the chat Razor page. On the output screen, the conversation section has been successfully rendered. So far, I have guided you through the step-by-step process of assembling a chat page with a chat list view and a conversation section to align with the app's needs. I have also updated the data and business logic for the chat page. Here's the final output. I have included extra chat entries and improved the styling to make the page look more professional. Just like the chat page, I am now going to assemble the home page. The home page consists of four main elements: radio buttons, link buttons, card view for ticket status, and a grid view for ticket details. Since I have already created a Razor page named Home, and here let me add the radio buttons, link buttons, and card views to the Home Razor component. First, I add the radio buttons and link buttons within the first div element. Next, I add a card view to display the ticket status and customer satisfaction details. These elements provide essential information related to the support portal application. To ensure proper functionality, I configure the required code for the buttons, radio buttons, and card view components. For this, I have already imported the necessary namespace in the imports file. On the output screen, the radio buttons, link buttons, and card views have been successfully rendered. Next, I add a grid component to display the details of the tickets. To do this, I navigate to the Layout View Demo section and select a suitable grid design. I have chosen the Network Support Ticket Table design. From there, I copy the code content for the home page and paste it into the Home Razor page. To use Grid Component, I already imported the necessary namespace in the imports file. On the output screen, the Grid Component has been successfully rendered. So far, I have guided you through the step-by-step process of assembling a home page with the required components. However, based on my application requirements, I need to customize the business logic for the home page. Minor adjustments are still needed to fully meet my requirements and make the home page more professional. These adjustments include modifying the grid data and refining the element styling on the page. Let's look at the final output after implementing these changes. Here is the final output. As mentioned, I've updated the grid data and refined the styling to give the page a customized look. Until now, I have shown you how to create essential components to build a support portal application. Using the same method, I will assemble the contacts page and settings page with essential components like a list view, a header menu, and a grid view to display the required details in the respective sections. Here's the final output. I've included the contacts and settings pages with necessary components like grid data and list views, and fine-tuned the styling to give it a customized look. At this point, I have integrated all the required components for my support portal application, using the Blazor UI Kit by simply copying the necessary code from the demo section. This demonstrates how you can efficiently build an application without starting from scratch, saving both time and effort. Let's wrap up this video. I have shown you how to get started with the incredible Syncfusion Blazor UI Kit, explored its features, and demonstrated how easy it is to integrate and customize its components by building a support portal application. If you want to try out the example used in this video, you can download it from the GitHub link provided in the description. I have also shared links to the demos and documentation to help you get started with the Blazor UI Kit components. If you found this video helpful, please like it and subscribe to our channel for more tutorials and updates.